Om Shanti, Avyakta Babdada, Madhuban, dated 26 May 1969. Title: The Sign of One Who is Completely Loving. Which stage are you sitting in? Are you sitting in the experience of love, or are you lost in love? Which stage are you in? Do you spend more time in trying to develop love, or do you remain lost in love? Do you check yourself? Each of you has the desire to know the result of your paper. This is the special thought in everyone's heart, and so today you are being given all the results. The result is that all of you have attained yoga and power according to your capacity. The total result of what you have all written according to your yoga and power is that there is faith in the intellect for the Father. However, the result of the effort to have as much faith in Baba's elevated versions and directions, and also to follow them, is seen to be only 50%. There is 100% faith in the Father, but there is only 50% faith in accepting Baba's orders and instantly putting them into practice with an intellect that has faith in his orders and directions. The result of the majority of you is 50% in having faith in his orders. In the same way, there is faith in the teacher, but there is a percentage in the result of fully following the study that he teaches. In the same way, there is the full faith that as the Guru, he is the Sadguru, but the total result is only 50% in following his Srimad. Don't just have faith in the Father, Teacher and Sadguru, but together with that faith, also follow his orders, his teachings and his Srimad with an intellect that has faith. This is still lacking and has to be accomplished. What is the sign of love? What is the sign of someone who has total love? What is that person's main aim? Whatever all of you spoke of is there anyway. But even so, to clarify that, when someone has love for a person, the face of the one he has love for is visible in his own face. That same light will be visible in his eyes, and there will only be words of love for that person emerging from his mouth. The image of love is visible from his every activity. Only that person would be visible in his eyes, and the image of the one he has love for would be merged in him. You should have such a stage. At present, there is a great difference in the sanskars of the father and the children. When you become equal, your sanskars will not be visible. Only he will be visible. Others will see the Father in each one of you. Everyone will have visions through all of you. But that is still lacking now. Ask yourself, have I developed such love? It is easy to develop love, but to become the embodiment of love is the final stage. So you heard the result of your paper. This aspect is still lacking. And secondly, what all of you wrote about in your result. There is not enough power of tolerance. The greater the power of tolerance, the greater will be the success in service. The power of tolerance is also needed to stay within the gathering. The power of tolerance is needed for the final paper of destruction also. For the majority of you, the percentage result of the power of tolerance is very low. Therefore, now increase that. How will you develop the power of tolerance in yourself? The more you become loving, the more love you have for someone, the greater the power is in that love. Have you experienced how you are able to increase the power of tolerance through love? For instance, the example of a mother and child. When an obstacle comes to a child, because the mother has love for the child, because of that love, she has the power to tolerate anything. She is prepared to tolerate anything for the child. At that time, she does not worry about her own body or the circumstances, etc. So also, if you have constant love in the same way, then it is not difficult to tolerate anything for the one you love. Because there is a lack of love, there is a lack of the power of tolerance. This is the result of the paper of all of you. Now, Baba will see the result after 1 month. In the world outside, they have examination papers every 3 months. Here the result of the extent to which you have become the embodiment of love will be seen after 1 month. The virtue of fearlessness is the main one, and it was not included in the paper because there is a great lack of this. Within 1 month, try to completely inculcate into yourself the virtue of fearlessness. How can there be fearlessness? What is the main method for that? To be incorporeal. The more you remain in the incorporeal stage, the more you will remain fearless. There is fear when you are in the body. Baba is telling you beforehand the chart for 1 month. When the training class for the Kumaris is over, you will be asked to what extent there are the powers of tolerance and fearlessness and the recognition of faith, as has already been mentioned. A paper will be given about these 3 aspects. Why does Bap-Dada have special love for the Kumaris? What is the aspect which makes Bap-Dada have special love? Bap-Dada feels that if they do not receive godly love, they will become trapped in another type of love. Baba is merciful. Because of his mercy, he has love. Bap-Dada has special love for their future safety. Now Bap-Dada will see how they respond to Bap-Dada's love. You have to save yourself. This is the response to Bap-Dada's love. Do you know which aspects you have to keep yourself safe from? Firstly, there has to be purity in the mind. There should be no doubt in the mind. And secondly, you should maintain such control that no inaccurate word emerges from your mouth. There should be control over your words and control over the mind. Your words should be like those of Bap-Dada in the corporeal form. The actions that you perform should be the type of actions that were performed through the corporeal body. Your actions should be such that seeing you, others do the same. This specially applies to the Kumaris. What else do you have to keep yourself safe from? You must also keep yourself safe from the influence of company. There is another special aspect. At the moment, many different forms will come to entertain you, in the form of the soul and also in the form of the body. But don't be entertained by them. Many examinations will come, but they are nothing. Who can pass the examination? Those who have the accurate power of discrimination. The greater your power of discrimination, the better you will pass the examination. You lack the power of discrimination. If you are not able to discern what type of obstacle it is, or see in which form Maya has come and why that obstacle has come in front of you, what will the result be? Because of the lack of this power of discrimination, you will fail in the examinations. If your power of discrimination is good, you will pass. Om Shanti.